Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We are launching a new podcast series called Real Athletes. And this podcast is to highlight those athletes who are not your normal athletes, those who are classified as disabled. Because the world needs to know that people like that are in sports. That may inspire somebody to just push forward. That may inspire someone to just try harder who loves sports. And I have my good friend Silvester Poe here as my co-host. Sylvester, what's your story?
My story is I'm Silvester Poe. I'm 35 years old. I am a left hemiplegic, which means that I have hemiplegic cerebral palsy. I've been playing sports throughout my life on a competitive level against non-disabled, just to find out and learn that there were disabled playing at different levels of competition that weren't necessarily in a special needs or disabled arena, but in a competitive non-disabled arena. Um, and I just want to let the story be known that there are athletes out here from college, high school, even in the professional rankings that need to be discussed and highlighted and given the attention that I feel like disabled athletes deserve.
So true, so true. Because I've been playing sports since I was about 11 years old. I played regular basketball. I played wheelchair. I played wheelchair soccer, wheelchair basketball. So I got the same story. And can you and name some? I know that that's Jim Abbott because he was one on pitcher. Name some of
Yeah.
the athletes who played sports who were disabled.
We have Shamkrim Griffin that plays in the NFL. Also, Darren Collins, who is a deaf um, football player in the NFL. We got a lot of disabled basketball players that played on the college level that I know of, as far as Zach Hoskins and Kevin Lau, um, both amputated at the arm, both played basketball for one for Manhattan College, the other for Florida University. You got Emanuel Hansel, who also is a amputee basketball player that's currently playing high school, but is being heavily recruited at the college ranks. So, and like you mentioned, even in MLB, you've had a one-hand pitcher by the name of Jim Abbott. So my thing is right now is giving players with physical disabilities the attention and shine that I feel like they deserve, and giving them a place, a platform to be able to share those achievements and highlights in their career.
Yes, and we have a guest. Can you introduce him?
Yes, we have my good friend, teammate that played actually on a team that I created called Don't Sleep on Us, which was a semi-professional unified team of disabled and non-disabled playing at a semi-professional ranking. His name is Jamel Merritt.
Incoming, incoming, incoming.
How you doing, Jamil? Went away.
Uh, Hold on. Think we
We have some different sometimes like this. So
technical difficulties.
Yeah, but we keep going though, right?
Yep, yep. Well, while we wait, I guess I can talk a little bit more about the podcast and
Yes.
things like that. Adaptive Athlete Podcast is again a show where I go into more depth into the careers of a lot of these athletes that we just mentioned. Um, and even interviewing certain disabled athletes and getting their perspective of life of being a disabled athlete, the things that they encountered while being one, and the expectations of what they feel like their impact or athletes like themselves impact would be for the adaptive athlete arena and community in general.
Yeah, because I know, cause I know in my time in playing sports, I had to prove myself because they saw me walk with a limp because they could because I couldn't jump high and jump as high as they could. They kind of thought that I was not gonna get I was not gonna be a bigger player.
Dang.
There we go. There we go.
I don't
And
know what happened. The phone he restarted on his own. I have no idea what's wrong with his phone. It's Android.
And hey, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. You're here now. You are
yeah,
here now. You are here now. You are here now.
welcome, man. I was just introducing you and letting the audience know that um you played with me on a semi-professional team who was playing for the ABA.
Right, that was a lot of fun.
And basically what I want to talk to you about, I got a few things that I wanted to run across you and ask you, but first I wanted you to give your story of
Ah,
your love for basketball and how you got into it.
oh man, I've been a basketball fan my entire life. Lost both of my limbs at birth due to a birth defect, and I just been playing basketball and love it. And I'm letting them stop me. I like being on that court balling with the guys, amputees and not amputees. So, yeah.
And and have you seen stories like the Emanuel Hansel young man that's out here playing fly through and getting the college looks and different highlights and things like that with the,
No, I haven't seen this guy. Yeah, I haven't looked him up. I haven't seen him.
okay. Well, he's a heavy high school recruit right now. He plays with one arm, teed up the arm. But just different stories like what we were doing for DSU, or like stories, Emmanuel Hansel, or like the Mario Bradleys that we also played with. Um, when you see stories like that of athletes that play at the professional ranks or at the college rank, or even to hear stories about players like that being recruited by colleges. What kind of impact do you think that can have for us disabled athletes?
Oh, that can inspire the whole world. What they do, we can be able to just keep going and keep doing our thing. So it's big for us. Cause it's big. It's inspiring.
Yeah. Just talk about, I guess, some of the challenges that you may have faced as being a disabled athlete that one may not think that we may encounter.
Oh, tough question. Oh man, because everything they can do, we can do. I just haven't done it. So, I don't know. Just man.
Have you ever faced any type of discrimination while being a disabled athlete?
Mm.
Maybe underestimating?
Nah, never underestimated. They believe I can do it, so I just gotta keep going with it. So, and it's something that dealing with the opposite sex can be a problem. They are a problem when it comes to these, 'cause they don't understand it.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing is the opposite sex, obviously the females.
Okay. Okay.
So besides that, just, I can do everything everybody else can do.
And uh, give the audience maybe a way that you had to learn how to adapt in your given sport when it came to you actually playing.
Oh man, you have to get. Oh man, you have to adapt.
Like
Mm,
something that maybe you had to learn how to do with your current disability that probably is a little
I would say
different.
like I would say practicing with my guys who would come over and play basketball with me all the time. Practicing with them helped me learn how to play. But I get different legs like maybe every 2 or 3 years, so I just had to adapt with that. Whatever the legs are, I had to adapt with it and figure out how to work with them first.
Okay, now the challenges that you you may face while playing uh basketball.
Uh, the running can be a little bit of a challenge. Trying to
Yeah.
go up and down that court, but I can handle it. So besides that, the running can be. Uh, yeah, I just like playing. I miss it. I like being on the court. I want to go back and do it again.
And what would be something that you would tell, like right now we're live, right? So there could be a parent or of a child that might be amputated, or maybe a child or a young man, young woman themselves that might have the same type of disability that you do. They might be looking at this right now and being like, okay, well, I hear how Jamel's doing it. Maybe I can do it. If you had one thing that you could tell that person right now, what would it be?
Stay empowered. Just stay empowered. Just keep going. Get out there if you can do it. Don't let nothing stop you. Just keep rolling. I got two, so ain't nothing gonna stop me. I'm still out here trying. So,
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Travis,
yeah, yeah,
stay empowered.
and I would say don't listen to the naysayers.
Right.
Don't
Oh
listen to
yeah, definitely.
when they say you can't do it, you just you just say I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it's
Mm-hmm.
called self belief. It's called self confidence in yourself, knowing that you're able to do the job that playing football, playing basketball, playing soccer. If it's playing baseball,
I
just
would,
to
I would even add
just
wrestling.
have faith in yourself.
Add wrestling to it. I like wrestling, so they can do it too.
yeah, yeah. Um, one thing that I wanted to ask both of you both of you, and you both can answer uh, at random. What do you feel like a show like a adaptive athlete podcast, um, like adaptive podcast can impact on the culture in the world of entertainment of sports? Like what a show like this where 30 minutes to an hour we talk about what's going on with adaptive athletes and what's going on in the disabled athlete community. Something like that. What do you feel? What would y'all feel like that impact could be on that type of community and that type of culture?
Mm.
I would say years ago, women weren't looked at as playing basketball. Well, now they got when they got WNBA for them and things like that, and that came from them being able to play and be seen for their talent and the gifts that they have. I would like to see a national league for 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 um for for us who play wheelchair basketball,
Yes.
for us who play wheelchair soccer. I would like to see that because those men get paid to play ball.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
And
right.
why can't we get paid to pay?
Talk
And,
to
and
him.
why and
Talk
why
to him.
can't why can't we get paid to play ball?
Amen. 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 That's the
I,
greatest answer of all time.
I'm guessing you second that motion.
Oh, most definitely. You know I do. We need an own league for us. We definitely need our own league.
Okay,
We definitely
okay.
need our own league.
So, what do you think it would take for something like that to actually um
Ooh.
come to fruition?
Ooh. What would it take to
Like I'm here to talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Like, what would it take
let's
for
go to
like?
let's go to the TNT studio. Shoot, and start talking to get on live with Charles and Kenny and Shaq and just get on TNT and see what we can make happen.
Yes, and I say that we need to show them the benefit of having us out there playing because the sports wheelchairs companies, they can actually make a lot of money
Wow.
because because of that because there's league in every state of the United States. I
So true.
want to say that the players will have to go to their company to actually get the wheelchairs. So I say that we need to show the world what having us out there playing sports, how it can benefit them.
Amen. Amen. Definitely.
Okay.
hmm Great answer.
And,
Great answer.
and what do you think, Jamel? Like, if you found a league where you can potentially make a living playing
Mm.
sports, if we
Man,
had
that is
that type of uh association or league where we could play sports in, in the FIFA or in the NBA or MLB. If we had our own leagues of those professional rankings, do you think that could be a step in the right direction as far
yeah.
as us being taken seriously?
Yes. Because
Top,
then everybody will be on the watch for us. Everybody, they'll be on the watch for us. Especially Stephen A. Smith. Especially he'd be looking like, oh man, I would love to see this live. Yeah, huge step.
this is just the first episode that I really wanted to do because Mel, you've known me for a while. You know that this is kind of
Very well.
my
Very
niche
crazy.
is type of information out there, let people know that it's possible, and let people know that there are those that are already in the professional ranks here to push the narrative even more forward by letting you know that there are real actual people that we can talk to that are experiencing uh, the challenges, the victories, and the achievement of being competitive and being able to play in a competitive way, in a competitive arena, um, with and against non-disabled, um, and also amongst ourselves. Um, I said it earlier, um, but I was talking to somebody, and I was like, the years of continuously just putting us in our own personal box uh, is over. To put the ceiling at Special Olympics, uh,
Mhm.
Olympics, wheelchair basketball, like that. Those are great avenues for us, yes, but that shouldn't be our only ceiling.
Right.
Um, High school, college, professional working,
Yeah.
should also be a go-to for us. And considering that there's a lot of us out there that perform at those levels, those players need to be highlighted, need to be celebrated, and talked about more in mainstream media.
Amen. Amen.
Because I was blessed because when I went to school, they had this adaptive league where I played with basketball, track in the wheelchair, I did shot put, I did this in the wheelchair, did track in the wheelchair. But after school ended, that 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 no, but after high school ended, that stopped for me.
Mhm.
That stopped for me.
Yeah.
And there was me and this guy named Quincy. We were the best players, and we were the best players in the league. And I believe that if we had went on to enhance our skills, that we would be great.
Agree.
Okay. Well,
It kind of makes me think about Sylvester. If UABA would have kept going, I think it would have been better for us too. But there's just enough, you know how that went with
yeah.
Eldred messing that up.
Um, is I think I think that it's going to take a lot of us, and what I mean by us, I'm talking athletes, to um really really stand up and let our voice be heard. Like we will no longer be boxed in by what society says or deems that is the only thing that we should be able to do. Um, and I think it's going to take somebody to create a professional basketball team for us or a professional football team for us. It's gonna take those type of people, those type of sponsorships, those type of endorsements, um, by other big name brands and companies in order for that narrative to get out there that we're out here and we're actually just as good, just as talented, just as hardworking as your regular athlete that y'all show us on television 24/7, but there's nobody like us on those television programs.
That's fine.
Yeah. Cause when I was playing in high school, we had this fundraiser where people who weren't in wheelchairs, they actually play us in wheelchairs.
Mm,
And when I say, and they thought that they could still shoot in a wheelchair. Well, they found out that it was hard to shoot from a sitting down position
yeah,
Yes.
to actually make a goal.
yeah,
And yeah, and it may take a band of us to just come together as one, to just come together as one, to actually start our own smaller league.
Right.
yeah. That's exactly
Yep.
what I imagine. It's gonna take something like that for, like I said, for the conversation even to be had. Because we got examples of it being done. It's just that it's not being highlighted as much. But like I said, like the conversation has to be had now. Now that we have a lot of our players in professional rankings and in college rankings, like it's time to start having that conversation of why aren't y'all letting us in to y'all leagues for real, for real? Why aren't y'all really endorsing players like us for real, for real? And just talking to different athletes to see what their perspective is and the things that they feel to be done to help move this narrative forward. That we're here to play, and we're here not to play, but we're here to play good job too. And we're here to climb that ladder just like your average son, daughter are planning to also. So
Yes, and maybe we can reach out to those athletes who are playing sports who are disabled.
yeah,
Yeah, and maybe and if they're open to it, maybe we can have them to speak out and say, look, look, I overcame this in my life, and I'm playing on the high school level, on college level, or on professional level, and and when I say, and just maybe with them talking about their experience, how they rose to the pinnacle in their lives, that just may do something for us.
yeah. That's that is goal. That's goal here. With the Adaptive Athlete Podcast. Um, Talking to, like I said, people like Jamel and the others that we named earlier in the episode, and getting their story, the things that they had to overcome, those pinnacles in their life, and what they feel can be done to help move the ball forward a little bit more for adaptive athletes like ourselves. So I'm appreciating you for letting us come on your
Definitely. Thank
podcast, kind of get this thing rolling and get the word out there that there is people out here like that that are also athletes. They are willing to have the conversation. Jamel won't be the first, and
you.
it'll be the last time that y'all probably see him again on the show. Um, and we, like I said, it's time to have that conversation with our people and what we can do to reach that next level.
Yeah, this is not last show. This is the first installment of Real Athletes. This is the first show don't give up podcast. This is the first segment, the first section of the show. We're gonna have other shows where we talk to other athletes who have overcame obstacles, who overcame things in their lives.
Can't wait to hear Dollar Bill story.
Yeah. It's gonna. This is, like I said, this is first installment. I appreciate everybody for watching, that's watching right now. Appreciate Jamel. Thank you, bro, for being on here. Thank you, Travis, for
Thank you.
being a big help in making this happen. I guess if anybody wants to follow the podcast, you can put up my Instagram, your Instagram.
Is it gone?
No,
Yeah, I'm gone. I'm gone. That's okay.
It's still, but and for everybody out there, you can follow the Adaptive Athlete Podcast at Adaptive Athlete Pod. That's Adaptive Athlete Pod, one word, on Instagram. Make sure that everybody check out everything with Don't Give Up Hour. And everything Travis got going on. And we thank him for allowing us to come on this platform to give these stories and let people know what's in store. And lessons to all that enjoyed the show. Make sure that you like it. Give feedback. Let us know. There go Travis right there, right on time.
Yeah. I had some difficulties, but I'm back. But I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, and what I would say to anyone who's out there, and what I would say to anyone out there who feels like they can't play sports or that or they can't do anything in life, I would say you can do anything that you put your mind to.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be a doctor, you can be a doctor. If you want to be a lawyer, you can be a lawyer. If you want to be a sportscaster, be a sportscaster. So I would say to each and every one of us that we can do anything that we put our minds to.
Right.
Yeah. Not powerful.
So thank you, Jamel, and thank you, Silvester.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
thank you so much for
Thank
for
you, Travis.
coming on here and just letting the world know that anything is possible.
Thank you.
Anything is possible.
Yeah. And I was saying, if you wanted to put the podcast Instagram up there for everybody, follow me on Instagram. Again, that's a pod on Instagram. Adaptive Athlete Pod, one word. Thank you again, Jamel. Thank you, Travis,
Thank you. Thank you.
for talking to y'all. To the next installment.
Thank you.
Thank you. There you go. All right, me.